Hello, hope you're all doing well today. I've stolen a few moments to come and sit out in the garden, have a pipe. I always feel a bit naughty when I do this. It's Friday and my working day is coming to an end. It's 5:20. Girlfriend's gone out with my daughter. Got the house to myself, and there's absolutely no reason why I shouldn't come out here and have a pipe, but I don't know, it always feels a bit naughty, like I shouldn't be. I don't know why. Weird. It's been a horrible day. It's been raining on and off for most of the day, and I had considered sitting in my car and doing this, which is not something I've ever done before. But we've had a break in the weather. I don't think it's going to last forever, but we've had a bit of a break, so I thought I'd come out, sit out in the garden and chance my arm. So I've got about 40 minutes before she gets back and tells me off, which of course she won't. Anyway, that's a bit of a weird ramble, isn't it? Bit of housekeeping. Falcon, just for a change. Dover bowl, rusticated. And in it I've got Gawith Hoggarth's Best Brown unscented Flake tobacco. It's actually my first smoke of it as well, so I'm sort of still trying to formulate a bit of an opinion. But it's supposed to be unscented, but to be honest with you, I can get that Lakeland sort of floral aroma and taste from it. It could just be because I've ghosted the pipe, of course, but interesting enough, didn't get that sort of note from the bag, so to speak. It just smelled very much like a pure tobacco. No evidence of any casing or anything else like that. But in the smoke, yeah, it's certainly got that slightly floral sort of thing going on. Not unpleasant, I don't dislike that. Works alright. It's supposed to be quite a nick hit, this one as well, apparently. So if I flake out in a minute, I won't be flaked out for too long because the missus will be back soon. I'm on a bit of a Lakeland journey at the moment actually. I've smoked Bob's Chocolate Flake recently, Ennerdale, which I will talk about at some point. I had some Bright Virginia CR Flake, and now this Best Brown unscented, all of them Gawith Hoggarth, all of them flakes. I've also got a sweet rum twist, Gawith Hoggarth again, never smoked a twist. I'm liking the flakes though, and I'm finding these Lakeland tobaccos quite easy on the tongue, and I do get a bit of tongue bite, so these are pretty good for that. And this one in particular is really creating some smoke, which is always quite satisfying. So the flakes themselves, I think this is the correct term, it's almost like a broken flake. If you take the McBaron Old Dark Fired perfectly rectangular solid stiff flake as a comparison and compare it to this, two very different animals. I mean, the Old Dark Fired flake is quite stiff, whereas this is sort of ready to fall apart. It's formed, but it's ready to fall apart, which makes it quite easy to pack actually. And this was loose in a bag, and the moisture content seems pretty good. Ironic, as I'm just about to relight it. So I've got the Lakeland taste. I've got definitely Virginia. It's a Virginia and Burley blend. And I think Virginia is certainly the overriding tobacco in here. Don't know if I could detect burley on its own, but I'd certainly know with this wasn't just Virginia. It's a pretty simple smoke, I think. There's not an awful lot to it, but that's not a bad thing. It's not hitting me with lots of different flavours. Bit of a sting on the retro hail. Quite like that though. Probably from my tobacco snuff days. Yeah, cool smoke. As usual, it's burning down the middle and not around the edges, but I think that's me. So I'm going to carry on and smoke a bit more of this and sum it up with my final thoughts at the end. Right, I'm back. I'm probably about 2/3 of the way through the bowl, and I said I'll come back at the end, but typically, as is always the case in the UK, it's starting to rain. So, yeah, since I last spoke to you, my mum's popped round to see me, and she doesn't know I do this actually, the YouTube thing. Don't know why I haven't told her. In fact, I haven't told many people, to be honest with you. I only really want people who, I suppose, are interested in pipe and pipe related matters to watch it. I suppose if you don't, it's pretty boring, I guess. I bore my girlfriend with it an awful lot, and I can just watch her eyes glaze over. Bless her. Jesus. No disrespect. Anyway, so Best Brown, unscented, Flake. It's remained constant right the way through. It's smoking. It's certainly seems to have a bit of a Lakeland taste to it, but as I say, that may just be ghosting in the pipe, because I have smoked Bob's chocolate flake in this in Ennerdale. Although I didn't really find the Bob's particularly overpowering. Some hell's breaking loose around here. Anyway, but actually it's quite a nice smoke. I've heard people describe certain tobaccos as filling. I'd say this was quite filling. I think the nicotine hit is just about right actually, nothing excessive. A little bit cigar-like actually now on that retro hail, not on the normal exhale. On the retro hail, a bit cigar-like. I suppose to sum it up, I would say it's one of those tobaccos that's inoffensive, it's easy to smoke, doesn't require a lot of preparation, burns nice and smooth, no major issues with it at all. Just perhaps not something that I would rush out and buy again. I think I haven't found my tobacco yet, if that makes sense, and I know you guys have usually got one that you gravitate back towards, and I haven't quite made that yet. Yeah, we'll continue. And it really is raining now. So I think I'll call it a day at that. Thanks for watching guys, have a great weekend, I'll speak to you soon.